What up? Let's get weird. It's your boy, Tommy G, here with the first DFS NFL betting roundtable show of the year. You guys have been begging for it. We brought it back. We were going to do it last week, but I did about a month in Vegas, so I decided to take that off. And we are back this week. We're going to have Brian Healy back with us next week. We thought he was at a water park. I guess he's at a kid's game. Might have some members of the Ship It Nation crew popping in and out of here. But you guys know the crew that's in here with us right now. Let me start first with the GOAT, who I just got a chance to hang out with a little bit in Las Vegas. By the way, I am producing this show, hosting this show, and giving content for this show right now. So we are guaranteed to have something get fucked up because we don't have a producer today. So I'm all hands on deck. Jerry Scarface, what up, motherfucker?
What up, Tommy? How much fun was Vegas?
Oh, it was awesome. It's awesome. I was there about a month too long. Yeah, I was there about a month too long. I'm still tired. I slept for 3 days. I did the Thunderdome this morning with High Slop and those guys. I did the fucking Stay Cash and Twitter Spaces. Now we're here, and I just got
draft. The draft was so much fun with Enzo.
The draft was great. Enzo's the best, dude. He's the fucking best. And then I got 9 hours of college football research to do after this. So, did you guys see what I did at the bottom, by the way?
Oh, nice.
That's all me, bro. I figured that out. Constantino in the house. We have a monster UFC card this weekend at the Sphere. Almost kept me in Vegas for an extra week. But you are here to talk some NFL and floss your DFS and betting knowledge. Excited to have you back, buddy.
Yeah, can't wait. NFL here, UFC tomorrow. Great betting weekend, college football. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, my lighting is terrible. I'm not even fixing it. I don't care. Everything's a disaster right now. Do you like the new color theme that I have here with the little
the Jets
little forest green? Yeah, a little jet theme there going with it.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, there we go. It's coming up in about 6 months. And then we have this fucking Neanderthal who normally is in his throne in a suit drinking Johnny Black or Blue or whatever the fuck he's drinking. Blue. But he's live from a hotel room in where are you? Atlantic City or some shit?
I'm in mini Vegas. I'm in Atlantic City. I'm still don't know. I think Tommy was training. He was at producer training in Vegas for the past couple weeks. So
very excited.
Good luck, Thomas.
Very excited. I don't know what any of these buttons do. I'm going to fuck something up at some point.
You got to fuck something up.
I mean, it wouldn't be the round table. Is everyone drinking? Does everyone have a drink right now?
I got a drink.
Secret.
All right, good. So for those of you that don't know how this works, this is the best show on the internet. We're going to go about 60 to 90 minutes. We're going to break down every single game on this slate for week 2. We're going to start off doing it from a DFS perspective because the DFS perspective ties to the props and the betting side. We're going to go game by game. If you guys want to follow along in your DraftKings accounts, we're going to go game by game on DraftKings. We'll start with Scarface on each game, go to Mike, then go to Trevor, and then I'll come in the back end, tie in anything else that I have to say there. We're going to do it from a high-level overview first, Scarface. So tell me how your first week in DFS, how was your soiree? I heard you almost won $1 million. You missed it by a toe.
Yeah, on Monday night in the Millie Maker, Garrett Wilson stepped out of bounds, comes back in bounds, catches the pass, throws the flag. They take the catch away, drop back down. Lazard catches the touchdown, end up finishing in 6th place. Would have chopped it up with
what was the financial difference?
$200,000, $300,000.
That's it. Nothing big. Nothing
That's
big.
it. One catch comes down to that much.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Scarface is probably one of the top 5 DFS players in the entire world. Will hit for 6. I mean, you're number 1 in my book. So should I just say number 1?
Thanks, Tommy.
I mean, you are number 1. But probably will hit for 6 figures 3 or 4 times over the course of the season. And he's over there at Ship It Nation, obviously with us still at 4 deep, but providing DFS content at Ship It Nation. If you guys look at the bottom, they're a partner of ours. You guys who were there last year, I'll let Jerry tell you a little bit in a second. They absolutely fucking eviscerate DFS content over there. Hoop, Tambo, G Ryzen, Scarface, the whole squad over there. So we have a promo going right now with them. You can go there. All you need to do is go to any of their monthly packages. Just put in promo code 4DEEP, and you basically get a free week. And then at the end of the week, you're going to love it and going to want to stay on for the month. But you make the decision at that point. But it's free for the first week to try it out. So you get all this week's DFS content. They got projections. They got optimizers. They got everything over there. You'll get that all free over at shipitnation.com. And Jerry, anything you want to add about Ship It?
Yeah, I mean, I love the community over there. The guys over there are awesome. The tools there are awesome. They're more about just giving out plays and stuff. They're about helping you build out like your process. helping you figure out how to build your own lineups. I do a value report over there for NFL. I'll put out my value plays, like cheaper options on like DraftKings and FanDuel that you can use. There's a slate plan. There's all sorts of tools you can use over there. They have the Shiptimizer. It's their optimizer over there. It's awesome. I 100% recommend that you guys check it out.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a great site. They do a fantastic job, and their specialty is DFS. Obviously, we are on the betting side over here at 4 Deep, and we got a lot to bet on right now. You'll see me staring at this television right here. I have the Phillies game on, the Oakland game on, and then my most important game, the UNLV game, just dropped a 70-yard touchdown pass. But at 4 Deep, if you guys would like to get involved, I wanted to do a little promo for this weekend. We usually do it for week 2. And since it's Friday the 13th, boys and girls, I got a little cool.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I have a little slash sale. You know, they do 24-hour flash sale. I did slash sale. What do you think of that? No, nothing.
Genius.
Genius. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you.
Fucking genius.
Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Trevor.
I mean, this is not a rated G program.
No,
this is not even a PG-13 program.
Yeah, this is R. Yeah, if you have children,
fucking R.
Earmuffs. Especially the longer it goes, the
and it gets X. Sometimes it gets X.
It gets X.
I want to know how Tommy, in his brief time as producer, figured out how to apply a filter only on his screen.
My fucking camera sucks. Are you kidding me?
I mean, you're like, well, filtered. Look at you.
Look on the YouTube. I'm the worst. I have no filter. What are you talking about? We always make shit up.
You got tricks.
You always make shit up.
You actually look the best.
Who's the jet in the background? Who's that? I can't even tell.
It's Joe Namath. It's autographed too, but it's dark over here.
I couldn't tell if it was him or Rogers.
See these fucking bags? Mike, you actually look the best on the YouTube.
I don't know what you're looking at YouTube. I'm on a thing with a penguin on it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're looking at.
What the hell's that? StreamYard.
I don't know.
Tommy just told us that we look like shit, Trevor.
Should I not be on StreamYard?
He said Mike looks good and we look like shit.
Well, I mean, I'm comparing you, Jerry. You're always good. Mike is come and go.
Do I gotta leave this thing? Should I?
No.
Else?
Just stay where you are. Don't fucking move, dude. You're the worst with technology in America. Just stay.
I'm on a different platform. I'm on a different platform.
They can hear you. Shut up. Don't talk. So, by the way, promo code /20 gets you 20% off the whole entire site. That is for 24 hours. So get in there right now. Go there, 4deep.com/20. Get you 20% off. That's all I got. Jerry, walk us through this slate. What are we looking at? High level overview. I looked at the weather. Weather seems pretty much fine everywhere. Nothing major to concern there, right?
I don't see like anything weather in any game.
Yeah, I don't see anything that's bad. You got some 10-mile-per-hour winds scattered around, but that's about it. Why don't you actually do this before we start? Why don't we do a little look back at last week? Give me 30 seconds what you thought about last week. Any takeaways?
Last week, pretty much. I mean, a lot of the chalk went off last week. Nothing like surprising like popped up. Just thinking about some of my lineups. I had some Josh Allen lineups. I had some Baker lineups. I had Baker with Mike Evans and Kate Otten. You kind of needed that Baker, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin combo to come through for you. On the FanDuel slate, Cooper Kupp kind of just came through. He was the highest receiver on the slate. You kind of needed him. Actually, Hoop, part of 4 Deep, Hoop came 5th in the Millie Maker on FanDuel over there. He came close to hitting it too. He had Cooper Kupp in a lot of his lineups. I mean, overall, it was just it was like I think it was a pretty chalky kind of.
Yeah, it kind of went as planned, right? Yeah. What you expect out of week 1. None of these guys are playing in the preseason. Some low quarterback numbers.
All the tight ends busted.
Busted.
It was way down tight end.
The Trap Fields. I had a Trap Fields lineup.
Yeah, well, Goat, you were all in on fucking Lazard last week. You dropped it on fucking Stay Cashing and everywhere. So good call on that. That was a fucking monster call. Not even for Showdown, for the main slate.
Lazard Whisperer, baby. Hey,
yeah.
I think he's going to be a red zone target all year. Really.
Yeah, you had it for the what was it, the Thursday to Monday slate that they had, that full slate, and you liked it in the Showdown. So good call on that one on Monday night. Jerry, high-level overview this slate. We obviously have CMC was just announced out. Constantino, we are in a fantasy league together. This is the first time ever, $1,500 fantasy league. I got the first pick overall, drafted CMC, named my team Run CMC because we needed a new team name. And now I'm going to my second week without Christian McCaffrey in seasonal. Didn't have anyone to put in for him because they announced
Mason? You didn't handcuff him?
Yeah, dude, we couldn't get to it. Someone fucking jacked him like 3 rounds early. So,
look at the good news. You have Travis Kelce, fresh off his girlfriend's Kamala.
Well, we did have Achan, so I do have Achan
in the second round.
Okay. Yeah, do have Achan, thank God. But All right, so give us the rundown here. Who are we looking at from an injury standpoint? I know CMC's out. Puka. What are we looking at here, Jerry?
I mean, those two are the main injuries. You're going to see a lot of Jordan Mason in lineups. You're going to see a lot of Rams, Cooper Kupp, Parkinson. Like, you're going to see a lot of those like cheap Rams guys in lineups. You're going to see like a lot of Jaden Daniels, and like just there's a lot of value opening up.
Kenneth Walker playing?
Kenneth Walker got ruled out, so you're going to see
he is out officially. All right. What about there was another one, Reed?
Jaden Reed?
Yeah, he's questionable. I know that
he's in right now. Jake Ferguson got ruled out, so that's a big injury.
All right, Ferguson's out. Chubb obviously is out. T. Higgins out.
Yeah,
T. Higgins is out.
All right, my boy Isovis. Hawkinson's out. Looks like that's pretty much it for the big names that we're going to be seeing. So we'll go through that game by game. So we're going to be looking at a lot of people going. You were saying on DraftKings, it's looking like Jaden Daniels, Mahomes is going to be a popular, two most popular.
Jaden Daniels, Mahomes, Kyler
Why are they
Murray.
priced so similarly? Why is Mahomes 7 and Jaden 62? Like, it seems like every quarterback on DraftKings outside of Lamar is in the same price range.
It's kind of a misprice on Patrick Mahomes. I don't think I've ever seen him this cheap before.
Yeah, $7,000 seems fucking insane over there on DraftKings.
Yeah.
And then let's get to it. All right, let's start off with Vegas, Baltimore. Jerry, talk us through it.
What do you guys think of the Raiders last week? They look like shit.
They look like shit, but it's Minshew. He's 1 week he's a superstar, 1 week he's terrible.
I mean, it's kind of hard to imagine Lamar not having a good game against them. They couldn't stop the run at all. Now they got to go on the road, try to stop a team that's built around the run, right? So I think Lamar, I mean, he's going to spread the ball around more so than he did last week. I don't think you can kind of nail down who he's going to be throwing the ball to necessarily. If I did have to take a guess, I would kind of take a shot on Andrews having a bounce back game. Last week, I mean, KC double teamed the hell out of him. You saw Likely get a lot of those passes. I don't see that happening this week. It's crazy that actually on DraftKings, Mark Andrews is only $200 more than Isaiah Likely. He's $5K, and Isaiah Likely is $4,800. I think you can see Mark Andrews have a bounce back game here. I like Lamar to do a little running around. Henry, he looked a little slow last week.
Lamar's going to be under-owned, right? Just because of the price difference between him and Mahomes. Isn't everyone going to just drop down to Mahomes?
Lamar is, yeah, he's going to be lesser owned.
So he might be a little sneaky.
He's a sneaker play for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Derrick Henry, I think he kind of looked a little bit slow. He should be able to find the end zone. He's minus 190 to score on DraftKings this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know about how he's going to do with I'm sure he'll get some volume. I don't know about the yards. On the Raiders side, man, I don't really see anything I like. They did not look good to me. I just can't see myself going to any one of them on a big slate like this, unless you guys can convince me otherwise.
All right, Mikey, convince him otherwise. You got
I'll
any Raiders?
convince otherwise with a play I do like, which is Alexander Mattison, who surprisingly actually got way more snaps than White. And also he's more of the pass catching running back. And this game sets up for that type of game script. So he only rushed the ball 5 times last game. I see him taking a more prominent role in the backfield, but even so, he was already getting he had 6 targets, 4 catches. And I think he's going to take over as the primary back in this offense. So might be the last week at 5,300. I think he's going to get the volume and a good game script.
Mike, we got an opportunity here too. I'm looking on DraftKings here. Madison's over 11.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, that's low. I mean, again,
really low, right?
he is the pass catcher. He was supposed to be the complement really to White,
right.
But he kind of took over that role last week.
Yeah, I mean,
and, he's the pass catching back and a great
target.
script.
6 targets, 4 for 43 and a touchdown. I mean, we need 11.5. Jerry,
the problem with Madison is he's priced higher than Jordan Mason. Like, how do you click that?
That's why I don't think Madison is as good of a DFS play as he is a prop.
Prop
right?
for
That
sure.
11.5 prop. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to search around and see if there's a better number, but that seems way too low for him right there. You can do that one catch.
Yeah, I like that as a prop. Yeah, more so if that's the case.
Anything else on this game, Mike? Anything else you're looking at?
We could pair them together, Jerry. There you go. Right, like Mason
Good
and
play,
Madison.
yeah, why not?
So maybe in that consideration, but 1v1, you're right, obviously.
Who do you like? Anything else you like here, Mike, in this game?
I like what I saw from Bowers. He's very
love
explosive. They fed him the ball, but based again on other pricing, it's not a position, I really want to spend up for. So, in this case.
All right. Yeah.
Or he's 4,400. Wow, they kept him cheap again. I thought for some reason in my head, I thought he was more when I did my first look. No, actually, I like Bowers too, but I'm not in a rush to play either of them because I don't want to go on the road against that, Baltimore defense. It's going to get more ferocious as the year goes on too, so I'm not in a rush to play anybody here, but Madison or pass.
All right. I'm going to go Bowers prop here, 35.5. I know Baltimore's a tough team against the tight end, obviously, but I love this kid, man. I drafted him all over the place, saw 8 targets in his first game. He's the type of tight end they're going to be able to move around. I think they're going to play him in the backfield a little bit. So he'll be coming from all over the formation. 35.5 seems a little bit low on him. Trev, what do you like in this game?
It's the Bowers, 8 targets last game, 4,400. You guys aren't in a rush to put him in. I am. I like Bowers a lot. Game script is going to be there. I think that's going to be one of the few ways that they're able to move the ball. So,
all right. I had 2 max bets on the first game of the year, which that KC Baltimore game. One of them was my boy Xavier Worthy, who you saw got in the box twice, was all over the fucking field. He was awesome, man. He's a piss missile, dude. You guys have no idea what this kid's about to be this year. And the other one, over 16.5 yards, was Isaiah Likely. Took him over 16.5 yards. He almost had 116.5 yards. Had 12 targets, 111 yards, 9 for 111. His prop right now is 39.5, which seems a little ridiculous. Right there around that same price. And you're looking at his DFS price a little bit higher than Bowers, 4,800. If you had to make a decision between Bowers and Likely, Jerry, where would you go?
Bowers.
Yeah, I'd take.
I like Andrews a lot more than Likely this week.
Yeah, so I might touch the prop, but I'm not going to play Likely in DFS. Let's move over to the next game here. Chargers at the absolutely horrific Carolina Panthers. Listen, I say it every time we talk about the Panthers. I was all over every fucking podcast, every show, everything, Twitter telling you that Bryce Young is literally going to be the worst number 1 pick in the history of the NFL. He's proving it again this year. That team absolutely fucking sucks, Jerry. And this line is a little bit trappy, though. It's only a 4-point spread against the Chargers at home. Do they keep this close? And who are we playing in this game?
I mean, I think DFS-wise, there's nothing I like from this game.
I don't see, yeah.
If you want to talk about betting, I mean, I would bet the Panthers here. Chargers, traveling back east, right? I hate teams that travel back east.
West to east, yeah.
You know what I mean? The Josh Palmer popped up questionable today. I don't know if he's going to play or not. If he's out, I think you could maybe go McConkey. J.K. Dobbins, I mean, he had a big game. He outsnapped Gus Edwards, but he only got 10 carries. There's other running backs priced in that kind of same range as him. I think there's just better spots you can get to in playing running backs. I think the Chargers D is playable for sure. I think any defense is playable against Carolina. I mean, they're definitely going to be popular. I hate kind of playing these chalky defenses, but they're definitely playable. As far as anybody else that kind of none of them stand out to me. There's better spots to attack on the slate. For the most part, this game is just a cross off for me.
Yeah, I don't really love this. I mean, maybe some interest in Ladd McConkey, Hayden Hurst. Mike, what are you looking at here?
I got Ladd McConkey at 4,900. I think his targets are only going to increase, as the year goes on and he gets more familiar with the offense as a go-to guy, and he got in the box. So, maybe we can see some consistency there. And the Chargers D. I mean, other than that, don't have interest in much. I see a lot of people lobbying for Deontay Johnson, but not with fucking Bryce Young throwing him the ball. So I'm McConkey and Chargers D in this game.
Yeah, Trev?
Pretty much a pass. If McConkey fits, I do like it because they could use this game to get him the ball and to grow a little bit with, the quarterback there.
I don't hate, Jerry, if you need to punt tight end, Hayden Hurst at 3K.
Yeah, I mean, they got to throw the ball to somebody over there. They got to move the ball somehow, and he's not getting the ball downfield.
Yeah.
I can see him dumping it off to Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, I don't think there's any great plays.
Chuba was like super popular last week, but it's just hard to click any of these guys' names. I mean,
it's kind of a stay away game.
It'll be a 2-touchdown game for Will Disley.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't fall for the Dobbins trap either. It's just
Dobbins was only had 10 carries last week too. It was
he
broke what, like a 65-yard run,
long run. How long was that touchdown? Like
65 or something like that.
Yeah, you take that away, and
he still did good if you take it away, but it's nothing. The volume.
I mean, this dude's coming off all these surgeries. Like they're not just going to feed this dude the ball. Like,
not going to work.
10 carries. That could be his limit right there.
Yeah. Going to a game that I actually really like from a betting perspective, a game that both these teams made me money last week from a betting perspective. Looking at Dallas playing New Orleans here in Dallas. I loved Dallas last week. I think Cleveland sucks. I think Deshaun Watson sucks. I was all over the Saints. I was all over Dallas. So two of my bigger bets going against the Browns and the Panthers, two teams I hate. Now they're playing each other this week. We got a 6.5 point spread for Dallas, 46.5 total. Jerry, start me off. What are we looking at? It's got to be some goodness here.
I mean, I love Dallas at home. I love playing Dak at home. I love CD here. They were in a tough spot last week against Cleveland. CD still got 10 targets. He's going to remain the focal point of this offense. I think we see him get into the end zone once, maybe twice this week. You have Ferguson, who's going to be out. You have Marshawn Lattimore, who's banged up on the other side. I mean, CD plays out of the slot. I don't know if Lattimore will be lined up against him, but that can only help his chances of having a bigger game. As far as Dak goes, I don't know. I mean, you can play Dak. You can just kind of play CD and get exposure to Dak. I mean, everything's going to go through CD. If you do play Dak, I like to double stack him. You can kind of maybe even triple stack him here, like CD, Cooks. You could play Schoonmaker, who's going to be getting the targets with Ferguson out. This kind of he's a cheaper option. Well, he's only 2,900 on DraftKings. I like Dak and CD a lot in this game. Okay. The running game, I'm never going to play. I'm not playing Zeke or Rico Dowdle here. The other side, I'm not buying into Derek Carr's game from last week. I mean, you and I could put up numbers against Carolina. I think Kamara is going to get his usual workload. He's going to get targeted out of the backfield. I think there's better spots on the slate for running backs. I don't know if I'm going to go to him. The Saints should be trailing in this game. You can kind of, figure out which one of these receivers are going to get theirs. I mean, Olave, he should have a bounce back game. Shahid's always in play, especially in a dome. I love playing Shahid in a dome. He's got that big play upside. He could always win you a tournament. He was on the optimal lineup last week.
Our boy from last year. I was
always love Shahid. I think that's the way I would. I'm not too crazy about the Saints side, but I do love the Cowboys here.
Mikey?
Can never go wrong with CD Lamb. Even in a down week, he got 10 targets and ran the ball 3 times for 25 yards. So he gets a lot.
That was interesting, right?
No, I mean he does it. 3 was a little much.
3 was a lot. Yeah, usually it's 1 or 2.
His performance last week, because I was watching the game, was very front-loaded. Everything happened really in the first half, and then he kind of shut down in the third and the fourth. Some of it could be attributed to game flow, but where Dak was looking a lot was Brandon Cooks. 7 targets. I think with Ferguson hobbled / out this week, the targets are going to still have to be dispersed somewhere, and with a nice target share in game 1 and a slight revenge motive here versus the Saints, that little angle, Cooks at 5,600 might be a nice pivot off of Lamb or for a double stack.
I love those revenge. I love the revenge.
Yeah, me too. Especially there.
No matter what it is.
Yeah, especially with the Saints. So that Dak double stack might work with Cooks there. Nice. With Lamb.
I like that. Trev?
It's just CD for me where I'm paying up and I can afford him. He's my favorite high-end receiver today.
Yeah, I have my favorite contrarian play on the board is in this game. No one mentioned it. I am going to be all over Dallas in a bet. I mean, I think Dallas wins this game by 20. They're 6.5 point favorites. They dominated home. We saw their home splits for their defense last year, right? Like at home, they were fucking juggernauts, and on the road, they were a disaster. And dude, that Saints thing was just so fluky last week. Derek Carr, Jerry, you know about this, has probably the biggest delta on his splits between under pressure and not under pressure, right? Clean pocket, Derek Carr is like an elite Pro Bowl quarterback. Under pressure, he's a complete fucking disaster. He's one of the worst in the league. He's going to be under pressure. They're going to be running all over him. Micah Parsons is going to be in his ass the whole game. I love Dallas in this game from a betting perspective. And if you want to get cute on a pay up, I think we're looking at a 20-point defensive game out of the Dallas Cowboys defense, and no one's going to go there at $4,000. So
Cowboys defense to score a touchdown plus 380.
I wouldn't mind that either. I mean, they had 6 sacks last week and 2 picks. I think we're looking at a repeat, and Saints get fucking mopped in this game. Let's go Detroit, Tampa Bay, Jerry.
Yeah, I definitely want a piece of this game, and it's mostly from the Detroit side. I love playing them when they're at home. Goff at home, you know the drill with him. Mm-hmm. And I like the bounce back games for the guys that didn't get theirs last week. I mean, we saw Jameson Williams go nuts last week. I think he popped up on the injury report. I forgot what his injury was. He popped up questionable, but I think Amon-Ra is going to get his in this game. I think you saw Monty out-touch Gibbs last game. I think this is a Gibbs game. And Laporta, he had a quiet game last game. In DFS, I don't think I'm going to pay his price because he's priced up to hell on both sides. But I think, it's the bounce back spot for all the guys that didn't get theirs last week. They're going to get theirs this week. Goff, Amon-Ra, and Gibbs. Those are the ones that I want here for sure. And I think Gibbs is my favorite. On the Tampa side, I think it's Godwin who I want. We saw Kupp, he ate out of the slot last week against Detroit. It's the same spot for Godwin this week. He had 8 targets last week in that game against Washington. I think we should see more of the same for him this week.
All right. Well, I'll take it from there.
Where'd the producer go?
Where'd he go? Is he here?
He's also an unhinged talent on the show too. So, but listen,
You get one of those knocks at the door.
Dude, I'm going to get a fucking charger because it's not that difficult to know you're fucking next.
I'm
Or
already
you need to fucking stall and go, oh.
Must have been the cleaning lady.
Michael, go
even
next.
notice when you
As I
left.
charge my fucking shit.
Okay. So in this game, so you know me, I'm like a condensed usage or there was only 9 wide receivers in week 1 that ran 100% of the routes and drop back passing game, and there was only 3 running backs that had 90% overall usage. There's a lot of splits, this, that, and the other thing, and 2 of them are in this game and 2 are on the same team. So to not play Kupp and Kyron Williams, it's going to be really hard to get away from that. I like them both. Tons of usage. Kupp, what else can you say? I mean, geez, it's only going to get worse. And he's in the slot a lot too, Jerry. My volume off?
Are you talking about the Rams?
Laughing at the chat.
Yeah, I think are you on the wrong game?
Wrong game.
Oh shit! What the hell am I saying?
Wrong game.
I'm on the wrong side here.
The producer.
Watch me get blamed for this.
Because you said Lions. And I was thinking last week.
Producer's fault.
What a nut.
Do you see? He actually did try to blame me for that.
No,
I wasn't even fucking here.
I didn't.
You can't criticize me for being over there and then tell me I threw you
All
off
right,
over here.
Let's
I'm
hard
with you on those
pivot,
guys, Mike. When we get to them,
I'm
we'll
coming
talk
off
about
my
that.
error. See, that's what happens when you go
Just
away. We all
eat the
fall apart,
L.
Bobby.
Say you fucked up. Don't blame me.
We all fall apart when you leave.
No,
To echo Jerry,
you fell apart.
on the Detroit side,
Don't
to
drag
echo-
them into this. You fell apart. No
Okay.
one else fell apart.
on the Detroit side, to echo Jerry, I like the Laporta and Amon St. Brown pieces, not only to bounce back, but Tampa's secondary is completely decimated. Even the starting safety named out today, and they run a very heavy man scheme. And I really like ASB and Laporta to carve them up. Obviously, you could add Goff for like that super stack, but I'll focus there. A lot of people now on Jameson Williams. So like I said, my focus will go elsewhere, and he's a little banged up, although it is a great spot for him as well as like a flyer. But for more of the volume, I like the Laporta and the ASB side. And on Tampa, last week I had Baker Mayfield and I had Mike Evans. But unfortunately, in some lineups, I had a lot of Rashid White, who I'm going to get away from. Not a bad spend down here for Bucky Irving at 4,900. I think he's going to get way more usage. He's way more explosive, and you're going to see more of them. And I expect them to be behind in this game. So I like that price on Irving at 4,900 there on the Tampa side.
Trav, there's a lot to play here. I mean, Baker, Rashad, Evans, Godwin, Amon.
Trav's got the goodies.
Yeah, what do you got here?
Listen, I'm that's the core of my lineups right now are Gibbs, St. Brown, and Godwin. I just think that's how through those guys, that's how they're gonna move the ball. But it's gonna be hard to put together lineups I like using that core. But listen, I don't think you get too cute. I think Gibbs, Brown, and Godwin are the way to go in this game.
Yeah, I think this from a betting perspective, this could be a Lions route here. I probably will have the Lions and parlays all over the place. I think what we saw last week at a Baker and the Bucks was fine. You know, I'm not taking anything away from it, but a little bit fluky in that spot. Washington kind of got a little bit exposed there. I don't think Baker's a fucking 4-touchdown quarterback, obviously. So I think Detroit comes in here, lays the wood. I'm not going to reiterate anything you guys already
last
said.
Last week was the best matchup. Baker's.
It was, yeah.
But I disagree with you guys. I think Baker's going to be good. I think
he'll be fine. Yeah.
Like all year long, I think he's going to be good. As long as Godwin and Evans stay healthy, he's going to be good. If they get hurt, he's fucked. But I just think they're X factors, and they're going to be able to move the ball with those two guys.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry, we do have a situation here with Jameson Williams. I know he's probably going to play, but he was kind of banged up all week in practice. If he doesn't play, what do you think? Is there a cheap pivot here you're looking at?
I just think it goes more to Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I agree with you.
One of those crazy 15, 17 type target games.
Yeah, I agree. So that's it for that. Obviously, Laporta's always in play there. 6,300, those fucking insane.
Yeah,
but I'll be leading a lot of parlays with the Detroit money line for sure. Let's go over to Green Bay, Indianapolis. This game's going to be fucking phenomenal if we got Jordan Love, but we're not going to have Jordan Love. Jerry, does he play? I mean, I
was making a joke. Like, how bad is Malik Willis that they're willing to throw Jordan Love out there injured just to not have Malik Willis play?
The carcass of Jordan Love.
He almost went on IR. Now they're saying that he might play this week.
I mean, there's no way he's playing, right?
He's not playing.
But this line is fucking crazy, Mike. The fact that the Packers are only +3 in a spot, we're maybe looking at Malik Willis.
I mean, they're at home. That's
still though, dude. Malik Willis sucks.
I mean, I hate to look at it as a sucker, but I think the Colts roll them. I mean, Colts have a very good defense. They're fast. They're going to be able to stack the box. Malik Willis can't throw the ball. It takes away, Christian Watson and the deep threat. I mean, and on the other side, I mean, Anthony Richards is very explosive playmaker. He looks great. And I love this spot for Jonathan Taylor. My main lineup right now, I have Colts D at a cheap 3,300 and Jonathan Taylor. And I know you can spend down and running back too, but I just think he's going to have a Jonathan Taylor type blow up game here. They're going to get out ahead of him and they're going to pound him. He's another one. He got 90% usage last week. He was one of the 3 running backs. Nobody even touched the ball, behind them really.
Yeah, Packers gave up 144 on the ground last week to Philly too. So Anthony Richardson, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, Barkley was exploding through the holes.
Yeah, just
I like that spot there for Taylor and the defense at 3,300.
Jerry, what do we like in this game?
I mean, I'm completely with you on Jonathan Taylor. He's probably my favorite play in this game. He's going to come in at like sub 10% on DraftKings for sure, maybe even lower than that. I don't know. Just based on the way he's priced and based on the other guys like priced around him in that range. We saw Barkley last week eat against this team. With Willis at quarterback, there's going to be opportunities for turnovers, like good field position. Like I know Anthony Richardson, he's a threat to get those goals.
Mike, what do you got going on over there? It sounds like you're moving out of the house.
Opening a beer.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah.
What a knife.
He's not moving with that beer.
Yeah. All right, go on, Jerry.
But yeah, like I was saying, I think there's going to be opportunities for turnovers in this game with some good field position for Indy. Maybe some goal line looks for Jonathan Taylor. I know Anthony Richardson gets those goal line looks also, but it feels like a game where they can just run Jonathan Taylor, control the clock, and just let when Willis is on the field, just let him make the mistakes and just keep their offense off the field.
This line is crazy.
Here's my question: Can Willis rush for enough yards and a potential touchdown to get me 14 DFS points?
Probably not with 8 men in the box.
I don't know. So we were talking about it today. Zab, one of our subscribers, was talking about the Willis play. It's one of our favorite props on the board. We actually put it out already. Put out over 29.5 on FanDuel. That line's a fucking disgrace. That Willis rushing prop over
29.5.
29.5. He'll get that in the first quarter. The guy's a running back playing quarterback. In his career, he has 67 pass attempts and 32 rushing attempts. All right. Now keep in mind, he never plays full games. He's coming. It's a
quarterback.
It's
a play quarterbacks. You love them so
No,
much.
I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
Desmond Ritter.
I'm not fucking playing him.
I know, but you love this style of running.
I love winning money on over props.
You probably played with Michael Vick and Madden your entire
100%
life.
I did. 29.5 is a joke. I mean, literally the guy's 67 passes and 32 carries. That's a 2-to-1 pass to run ratio. If he throws the ball 20 times, that means he's running 10. If he throws the ball 25, that means he's running 12 or 13. And he averages about 5 yards a carry as a runner. So is he a DFS play? I don't know. I mean, good luck with that.
Well,
if
you
want.
keep saying no for the $5,000 quarterback.
I just wish there was a bigger price gap. That's the thing. It's like you're saving like $1,400 from guys who could literally. I mean, just look at him and Richardson. It's an $1,800 gap. If you go down to like Jaden Daniels is $1,200 more, right? And
we didn't get to my favorite spend down quarterback this week, right in that neighborhood. We'll get to him. You'll hear it very soon.
I already know who you're going to say.
Oh, we'll get to him soon.
So
sub 1% owned.
I mean, listen, you can play him though, Trev. I mean, listen, if he ends up rushing for 60 yards and a touchdown on the ground, there's your 12 and everything else in the air.
It's going to depend on my lineup. And then I'll make a decision. Do I go with that low quarterback? Or do I sub out one of the guys I like and try and get the value somewhere else?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, at that $5,000 range, what does he got to do to give me a chance to win going a different direction than everyone else?
You think you can win with 15 at the quarterback? Can you win a GPP with that, Jerry?
Not with.
I think at another position, maybe.
Because there's other guys in that price range that are going to blow him away.
Yeah. But, I mean, listen. All you need is a fucking 50-yard touchdown run, which he can do. He's fast as shit.
Whoa, Jerry. What other guy in that price range is going to blow him away?
Well, we're going to find out when we get to those games.
We're going
to find out.
No, we're going to find out. I think Jerry and Mike have the same exact guy.
Okay.
Yeah. From a wide receiver perspective here, guys, in this game, obviously, I mean, Reed.
Anybody. You can't take anybody on Green Bay except for Reed, which you can't even take him just because he gets involved, running the ball. But there's just other better options out there. But you can't.
Yeah, it's such a big slate. It's like
there's no
reason to chance it. I don't think there is.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't. And by the way, does anyone explain what the fuck happened to Luke Musgrave last week? I mean, coming in, this guy was one of the highest touted fucking seasonal sharp $2,000 fantasy football championship guys. We were all in on him for his prop, everything.
What happened to all the tight ends?
He didn't even fucking play, though.
What happened to Kincaid? What happened to
at least they were on the field. Musgrave wasn't on the fucking field. It was insane. Kraft got more fucking burned than him. That was insane. I have no idea.
Last week was just not a good week for tight ends.
Tight ends were a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, this could be the tight end week. Who knows?
Yeah, Evan Ingram last week. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, speaking of tight ends, we have an injury over there in Cleveland at tight end for the next game. Cleveland-Jacksonville. What a nice segue by me, professional host. Cleveland-Jacksonville, and Njoku is going to be out this week after having a pretty good performance. Guy we'd love to play last year. Had a lot of big games for us.
Always hurt.
Ingram, who you were just talking about, Mike, in this same game. So what are we looking at here? Cleveland at Jacksonville, Jerry.
I mean, like some of these games, man, like I looked at this game. I forced myself to try to find anything that I liked here, and I couldn't. The Browns they're kind of just dead with Watson throwing the ball. I mean, you can't really trust any of these receivers. I know Njoku's going to miss. I guess, I mean, you can kind of gamble on like Jordan Akins at tight end. They used to play together in Houston. You can go to him for some value. I'm not completely crazy about it. On the other side, like the Browns D's, it's tough to move the ball on them. I don't see the need to go to anyone from the Jags here. I mean, like I keep saying it's such a big slate. There's so many more options. This game is, for the most part, just a cross-off for me. There's nothing I like here.
All right, nothing here. Mike, anything you like here?
I kind of echo everything that you said. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, 21 attempts, 12 completions. So who do you want to guess they go to? Bro, that team was so dejected. Everybody hated it. Amani Cooper, contract year.
You have pronounced like 9 names wrong.
Huh?
You pronounced like 9 names wrong already. I'm very impressed. Guys, don't judge Mike or Trevor by the name.
You did the Rashid White earlier.
Yeah, you did Rashid White. You did Anthony Richards. You did Amani Cooper. Yeah. Well, you pronounce every name wrong.
Way up here this year.
I said Amari Cooper. You're making fun.
You said Amani Cooper. It's on the table.
I said Amari.
You literally just said Amani Cooper, and you said Anthony Richards.
He was completely dejected in a contract year, walking back to the huddle. Offensive lineman not accepting Watson's help up. Watson's a bum. Like, honestly, I wanted him to be good.
Thank you.
He is a bum.
You guys are real quick to call out my Desmond Ritter. The only good player,
which is Njoku, is hurt again. He's hurt every fucking year. So here's the thing.
Hold on, before you go, Mike, because I want to stop.
Well, I'm going already. What do you mean before?
Right. You guys are real quick to call out my Desmond Ritter shit. You don't call out my Bryce Young call. You don't call out me telling you Trevor Lawrence was a bag of shit. You don't call out me talking about Tua being a bag of shit. You don't talk about me telling you Deshaun Watson is the worst quarterback in the NFL. So you You like to stick on that one Ritter thing, and you miss all the other 90 amazing calls that I've made on all these.
I bet you wish you had a third arm to continue to pat yourself on the back. Can I get back to what I'm doing?
There you go. Yeah, if you can pronounce that name right.
Okay. Tommy.
Tommy, you got that one right.
No, I'll give you Tua. You were always a Tua hater. Some of the others were like on the line, but like Tua, I'll give you Tua.
Kyler Murray, another hater.
I'll give you Tua. The only good player really is Njoku, and he's hurt again. I mean, it sucks, but really hard to trust. I mean, I think Trevor Lawrence is horrible. Peterson even like coached a horrible game. But here's the biggest factor for me with the Cleveland side. They just played a very physical game. I mean, that Dallas team is a very physical team, and they got beat to shit, like dejected. Now they got to get on a plane and go fly to Dallas and play. What do you call it? Fly to Florida rather play Jacksonville, who blew the lead against Miami, who stays in state and played more of a faster team and a lot less physical. So I think that's going to really wear on the Cleveland side.
All right, Trevor, what do you like there?
I think
Not enough confidence for Jackson to bet on to play the Jacksonville players rather.
I just love how you guys, all you Trevor Lawrence dick riders, are all on the town.
I never liked Trevor Lawrence.
No, not you.
I always think you're
whole
gigantic.
fucking world.
You can't.
I fucking
No,
hated him.
Don't pin that on me.
Listen, you guys are. I get what everyone's saying here, but listen, a human being, a professional athlete, an NFL quarterback who has had some, I don't want to say success, but has put up some offensive numbers. His back is against the wall. They're going to reopen some investigation. Everyone's talking shit about him. Guys, I think he's going to put up some numbers with Ford and Cooper. I don't think they win the game, but I think it's going to be a huge step forward compared to that fucking abortion last week. I mean, he's got some weapons.
A huge step forward for them is like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What would they score?
Okay. Staying on his feet and not getting sacked.
Dude, it's impressive. It's impressive, though. You got to give Deshaun Watson credit. It is very difficult to throw the ball 45 times and only have 169 passes. That is very difficult.
It's
45 attempts, 169 yards.
He was bad, bro. He was bad.
This isn't the same defense, man.
Bro, you can't give a rapist 180 million guaranteed.
Bad. I mean, they're not Dallas, but I'm more worried about how Cleveland's going to feel after that game. And they're pointing fingers. I mean, a lot.
Don't give rapists $160 million.
How long till we see Jameis? How long till Jameis?
I think you see Jameis possibly this week.
Well,
I think Deshaun Watson gets hurt this week.
Well, right. So even let's use that scenario. I like Cooper and I like Ford. So Watson's done after
Ford's interesting.
Ford fucking jerked off, and now we're good.
The interesting thing about Ford, obviously, it was a fucking blowout last week. Still ended up with fucking 18 touches, right, in that game. Dallas is obviously a nasty defense in that spot, but 6 catches for 25 yards. Deshaun Watson just literally panics and then drops the ball off to the first person because he just doesn't want to get hurt with his fucking $200 million fucking guaranteed money. He don't even care about football anymore.
That's insane. That money's guaranteed.
Dude, he was literally facing 400 rape charges for finger popping masseuses and nailed like $250 million guaranteed. So
they got rid of Baker for him.
Browns deserve that. But I mean, I think Ford's in play here because last week, Jerry showed even if the game flow flips, right, and it becomes a very negative game script, Deshaun Watson's going to make sure he's catching 5, 6, 7 balls. So I think he may be a little game flow agnostic.
Maybe some props. Maybe some props on Ford.
5,900. Jacksonville got lit up by fucking on the ground last week, I believe.
Right?
Yeah. But the problem now, like Ford and Charbonnet are priced the same.
I have a question.
Who are you going to play?
Yeah, but the ownership's going to be drastically different, though, right?
Just a really important question here. Does the producer know how to clip things? Because when I'm fucking right, I want it clipped and put up. So, producer.
So here's how human beings do. You go to YouTube, you click screen record, and then you can clip it all on your lonesome.
It's a producer's job.
I ain't your editor, but I will clip it for you, Trevor, if you're right on that. Anything else on the Jaguars, Browns here? I mean, listen. I fucking hate Trevor Lawrence. I fucking hate the Jaguars. I hate the Browns. I want to bet the Jags minus 155 or minus 3. I'll probably end up doing it. It kills me in my core to fucking bet the Jaguars. But I think
I will add that Brian Thomas was fucking explosive, and I think
he's good. Yeah, he definitely looked good.
Only get better and better too, and maybe even take over that number 1 receiver type role. I mean, big, strong, physical, fast.
Yeah, I like him. So
This might not be this week against Cleveland, but I wanted to mention he looked great.
And Cleveland's another one, dude. Cleveland on the road versus home. Look at their home road splits last year as a defense. It was crazy. We exploited it in the playoffs.
Crazy.
They're terrible defense.
It was against Houston in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, they were a terrible defense on the road. Terrible. They're terrible. Go look at all their road. Let me pull this up for you right now because it's really crazy. And if it carries forward this year, it's something that we have to exploit. We started exploiting it over at 4 Deep at the end of the year and definitely did it in the playoffs. But let me just show you this year. So this is last year, the road games for the Cleveland Browns. All right. They gave up 31 to Cincinnati, 22 to Houston, 36 to the Rams, 29 to fucking Denver with Russ. They gave up 33 to Baltimore. They gave up 24 to Seattle. They gave up 38 to Indianapolis and 22 to a Pittsburgh Steelers team that couldn't move the ball. I mean, every game they gave up 22 to 40 points. Every single one last year. And then obviously got absolutely skull-fucked in the playoffs for 45 points. So something we need to keep an eye on here. I like Jacksonville. I like the Jacksonville team total over. And I think that trend continues. I don't know why it happened, but go look into those game logs and you'll see. Let's move over to the next game here. The CMC-less 49ers going against the Minnesota Vikings, who literally just made the Giants, just exposed the Giants more than the Hard Knocks film did. Jerry, are the Giants the worst team in football?
Worse than Carolina?
Yes. Are they the worst team in football?
No.
It's close.
I don't think so. I don't think anybody's worse than Carolina.
I think it's a lot closer than people think.
I don't think that. I mean,
they're
bad.
Giants are bad.
Giants are bad. They're not Carolina bad.
So are we looking at Mason like 5,000% owned at 5,200? Like, God forbid they price the guys up, assuming the starter's going to be out. Like, why is it 5,200?
He's just everybody saw what he did on Monday night. His price is cheap as hell. It's super tough just not to play him here. You know, he's I don't want to say he's a free square.
He's a free square.
I don't want to call him a lock.
I'll call him a lock.
But you're playing him. It's really hard not to play him here. He's going to be the highest owned player on both sides. Like I said, he looked awesome on Monday night. We'll probably see more of the same here. I think Debo also gets his here. They're going to design with CMC out. They design plays for Debo. They use him in the run game. They used him in the run game on Monday night. He scored that touchdown. Debo and Mason are the two I definitely like on the Niners side. On the Vikings side, I thought Aaron Jones looked pretty good last week. I played him in some lineups. I know it was against the Giants, but I mean, this is a home game. Niners are traveling back east on a short week. Monday night was a tough game. Monday night, not tough, but they played late. They're traveling east. They can come out a little flat here. I thought Darnold looked pretty good last week. I had wrote him up in my value article as a good value play. I mean, I think he didn't have an incompletion until the second half. He was like, I forgot what his completions were leading into the second half, but he had completed all his passes. Like the defense, I mean, they kind of have to respect the pass here. They got to respect Jefferson. Darnold looked good. I think it's going to open up some holes for Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is definitely my preferred play on the Vikings side.
Okay. Mike, what do you like here?
I really don't like much. I had the nut defense last week with Minnesota, as I am the defensive whisperer, rumored. But tough spot. I don't think I'll ever put real money on Sam Darnold. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, he played great last week versus the fucking Giants. Not sold on Sam Darnold. He throws a nice ball. He really does. I had so many years of him, seeing him in New York. Don't
judge anyone by how they did in the Jets.
Bro, he was Zach Wilson before Zach Wilson was Zach Wilson. I mean, he was pretty bad. Love the Aaron Jones call. I have him in my season long. He looked explosive. Just bad spot. I don't really like to play any running backs versus, San Fran. Jefferson at that price, he's going to get the ball, but not in a rush to play anybody in this game, except for Mason at 5,200 to your point.
I agree. Trev?
I'm going to pivot a little here. So DFS, there's 3 smash plays right here with McCaffrey out. Debo rushing yards. 3 plays that are going to hit. Debo rushing yards, Debo touchdown. And here's one. Ayuk off that fresh contract, off a week. He's ready to go. Ayuk's going to go over his yards this week as well because I think San Francisco's going to have to move the ball. So,
all right. Don't hit it. Yeah, I don't like anything from a DFS perspective here. I think this it's just who the fuck knows? I don't like the travel. I don't like San Fran on the road. This is a mess. This game could be sloppy as fuck.
I would bet the Vikings here. I like
the
points.
That's what I was just going to say here. Mason is obviously the DFS plays, obviously the prop play. The Vikings are baiting me here. The fact that they keeping this line under 6 for the Vikings, it opened at 6.5. It's down to 5.5. I think the sharp side here is the Vikings. I don't believe in this Niners team this year. I don't believe they're as good as they were. I think I may be betting the Vikings here. I may be even tapping the money line plus 200. So that's
I like the Vikings more than the Niners here.
Yeah,
I think they're as good as you think they are in a neutral environment. I think when things aren't perfect, I think that's where they're going to struggle. And
they've really struggled without CMC in the past. I think that game was more of a product of just the Niners knowing exactly what Saleh was going to do, and Aaron Rodgers not playing for a year and a half and treating it like a preseason game. But I don't think the Niners. I think they take a step back this year. I like Minnesota in this. Seattle at New England. New England obviously crushed everyone's Survivor hopes last week, except mine. I had 5 different Survivor teams.
Yeah, how many people in Survivor Circa
didn't put him in one of them? 40%. 40%
Yeah.
of the. I had 3 entries in one pool. Didn't put him in my Survivor. Can't bet Cincinnati week 1, guys. Learn that lesson. It's been like 3 years straight. But Seattle at New England this week. Interesting matchup here. Obviously not the greatest DFS matchup, but it sounded like you have a running back in mind here, Jerry, that you're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, like for the Patriots, there's nothing from the passing game that stands out to me. I mean, if I offered you $1,000 right now to tell me,
I would take it. I'll take the 1,000.
Who the top receiver was on the Patriots last week? Who was it?
Wasn't Polk. I know that because I had him on my thing.
Stevenson?
Don't even look. You'll never guess.
I have no idea.
Fucking Austin Hooper. 2 catches.
Austin Hooper.
That's fucking great. That's
Wow.
fucking
Yeah, Austin Hooper. With the Patriots, it's reminding.
I mean, can you imagine the Bengals lost to a team that had Austin Hooper as their number 1 receiver?
2 catches for 32 yards.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the top receiver.
That's awful.
Ramondre and only Ramondre for me for the Patriots. On the Seattle side, looks like Walker's going to miss. Charbonnet, I mean, he's someone you could look at for sure. He's not super cheap. He's $5,800 on DK. He's $6,300 on FanDuel. He's priced about the same as some other running backs that should be getting a both. I mean, there's other running backs in that price range that I kind of like more. I wouldn't say he's anywhere near like kind of a lock play. I don't even think he's that great of a value play either. I mean, you can kind of take a chance on him. As far as the passing attack for Seattle, I'm not into any of the receivers here. They got Christian Gonzalez over there. He's probably going to be locked up on DK. He's a great corner. The only guy I kind of have interest in on Seattle is Noah Fant as a cheap tight end option. The only success that the Bengals had last week moving the ball was through their tight ends. We saw what's his name drop one on the goal line. I forgot, was it Hudson? And then another one was called back with a holding call into the end zone. Somebody caught a touchdown in there. He's someone I kind of I'll go to for value. He's the only one I like on the team.
Yeah, Noah Fant was the guy that I was looking at here. Mike, anything you like here?
No, I mean, no DFS goodness here at all, in my opinion. I think the game plays to an under. I mean, if anything, either defense, but I prefer the Seattle defense. I think they're going to be physical, good edge rush, put a lot of pressure on the quarterback here, and maybe even add another man in the box, drop the safety down, stop, Stevenson. Nothing but the defense here, preferably Seattle.
Big pick by UNLV right there. Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. Here, I think you can punt either defense here in this spot. Trevor, you like these weird fucking games. You got to have somebody.
No, not in the player wise, but I think remember a couple of years back when we had it was like, what defense you play? You can play this, you can play that. No, motherfuckers, just play New England's defense. They're scoring 18 points a goddamn week. I think we might see that again this year. I like New England's defense a lot here.
All right, so you're going New England D. There's nothing here. I mean, this game sucks. I think Jacoby Brissett's a fucking bag of shit. So did the Patriots. That's the only reason he's starting. And this is the only team in America doing the right thing, putting the bag of shit out first and letting their rookie develop for 6 games and letting him be the sacrificial lamb while they play tough defenses to start the season. And then we'll see Drake May, who I also think is extremely overrated. Mark that down because you guys are going to be saying that in a year and not give me credit for it. But Drake May's a bag of shit too. But Jacoby Brissett sucks. He sucked last week. They had no business winning that fucking game. They didn't win it. Fucking Cincinnati lost it, right? So I think both defenses are in play here for sure. If you were going to play a wide receiver, the guy I'm highest on for the season on New England is Polk. I think there's some upside there for him long term. So he's a guy, once his price gets down to like that 3,000 range, get in the fucking box. Let's go. UNLV touchdown. Once his price gets down to that like 3,800, still a little high for this offense. When that gets down to 2,900, 3,000, 3,200, that'll be a guy I'll be looking to stab at and to look for seasonal. But from a betting perspective, Mike, what are we doing with this? I mean, this game has to go under, right? I know it's 38.5, and it's fucking hard to push the button on an under 38.5. How does this game not end fucking 7-6?
I mean, I have in my notes under, but it's tough to bet it under. It's not fun to bet it under, but this would be the recipe for it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't sleep on that New England D. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree.
Defensive-minded, head coach, defensive player, has the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle on the road, coming across the country, and New England's a tough spot for them without their star speed running back. So
I love the under here. I really
kind of
do.
like the under myself.
Love the under. It's tough to pull the trigger, but that's what we got to do. Now, my New York Jets heading over to Tennessee. Aaron Rodgers and Zoe will be out in Nashville this week. Trevor, he tried to get me to go down there. I'm like, Zoe, I can't go to Nashville after 3 weeks in Vegas. I still got company.
Fucking lose Tommy again.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
lose Tommy again.
You're gonna send me from Vegas to Nash Vegas.
You have to impose a travel ban on Tommy.
Yeah, I need a travel ban, like a terrorist travel ban or something.
They don't allow you back there. Didn't you take a tire?
Oh, dude. Well, no, Nashville is the original Tommy G spend a month trip. I went out there for 2 days, stayed for a month. So no,
I was there for a live final last year. It's fun as hell there.
So the best, it's better than Vegas, Nashville. So no,
I definitely
better than Vegas.
Yeah, it is called. They call.
I think that's an absurd statement.
Okay,
Almost as much as Ritter's going to be an MVP. I like Nashville. I had fun there. It's a unique, niche, but definitely not better than Vegas.
Let me tell you
sound
for
like a
1
madman.
second. First of all, they call it Nash Vegas for a reason. Okay, so
who's they?
The world. Google it, fucking idiot.
First time I heard it.
So, well, Google has it. You can hit fucking 6 letters and find out I'm right. Amani Cooper. So Mickey Constantino. So what we have to do with Nashville is you have to look at the opportunity cost of Nashville. First of all, it's 1,000 times cheaper than Vegas for those of you that are younger. Guess what the bachelorette capital of the world is?
Nashville.
Nashville.
You
go there.
Is it Las Vegas, Tommy?
Yes, it is Nash Vegas there, fucking Amani.
Oh, I Googled it. It's correct.
It is correct. I know it's correct. So when you go to Nashville, the girl-to-guy ratio in the bar is like 7 girls to every guy, and they're all drunk, ready to fuck. So if you want to go have fun as an adult, you go to Vegas. If you want to fuck, you go to Nashville. Hands down. Cheap and you're getting laid. There's bachelorette parties on Tuesday nights everywhere, lining the streets.
You got to leave them Broad Street girls alone.
No wife in America is going to allow their husband to go.
No one, dude. If I'm a wife, I would let my husband go to Vegas 50 times before Nashville once.
You're saying outlandish
drunk
live podcast.
Dude, I'm a master consummate.
I've heard.
All right. Well, anyway, let's talk about the Jets at Tennessee. Aaron Rodgers actually came out, Jerry, and said that, I think I'm going to run a little bit this week. Was just trying to test everything out last week. That's what the preseason's for, assholes.
Yeah.
So good thing they didn't use him. So what do you think's going on here this week?
The only person running here is Brees.
Yeah.
I love Brees here. I mean, Brees, he projects to be like the second highest owned running back on the slate behind Mason. I like him a lot here. I'll say that if you're in tournaments, if you're playing Brees and Jordan Mason together, that combo is going to be very popular. You better be getting different elsewhere. But yeah, I do love Brees over here. I'm not too crazy about anybody else. Lazard had a great game last week, and he's projecting to be like a good value play here. I don't know if I'm going to go to Lazard here. I don't think I'm going to go to Wilson either. Brees is the one that I want from the Jets side. On Tennessee, that's another team that looked like shit last week. I can't imagine that they want to put the game in the hands of Willie Levis again.
Sorry, by the way, guys. Will Levis, another thing Tommy G invented that he was going to suck. So
yeah, that's not
before he slid down the draft board. I was the one who told
right.
Rackets on the show and on Twitter that he was going to fall down. But I know nothing.
But yeah, I can't imagine them wanting Will Levis to throw the ball against this Jets team. I think you're going to see like a healthy dose of like Pollard and Spears. Pollard, he outsnapped Spears last week. I don't see that being the case every week. Callahan, the coach, did come out and say that afterwards that he plans on getting Spears the ball, getting him involved a little bit more. And he's 900 cheaper than Pollard on DraftKings. I kind of like going to him a little bit. The Jets did get run over against on Monday night. It was Mason and the Niners, but we can kind of maybe see Tennessee trying to do the same thing.
Jets got run over all last year, guys. Go look at the fucking game logs. The Jets D was getting run down all last year on the ground.
Spears is the one that I like here. I like Spears.
Yeah. Mike?
I think from a betting and overall snapshot angle, I think the Jets have to win this game. I see a low scoring game, like a 23-6 type game. And I think they win. It puts their defense in play at 3,800, which is a little expensive. But again, to be different, I think, Jerry, they'd probably be lower owned due to the price tag this week. Is that fair to say or no?
Yeah, they're both going to be low owned.
Levis is going to throw a pick six.
And I think people will go to Pollard over Spears just looking at the game logs from last week. Yeah. But these guys are going to split. They're going to split. He's 900 cheaper. He's going to get his. So
I agree with you, Mike, on the defense.
I love Wilson, love the usage and everything, but Snead already came out, so he's basically going to press him. That could throw off the timing of the routes, et cetera. But he's clearly, where Aaron Rodgers wants to go. So I think at 7,100, that's a good price for him. And it's a decent pivot over Breece Hall, who will probably be more owned at a higher price. So maybe even just like a naked Garrett Wilson for me, or Wilson in the Jets D. Nothing really on the Tennessee side.
Yeah, I don't, Trevor. I don't like anything on the.
I would first of all like to apologize to everybody about the Jets. Tommy used his fucking lizard eyes or snake eyes on me, and I said, yes, I like the Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers is good. I truly apologize.
I had no bias whatsoever. None. There was no bias at all.
I will be
by the way, this sweatshirt, I wore it on for Doints. I forgot to mention it. Doints for all sent me this sweatshirt from our chat subscriber.
We are going to Lazard it again. Like Jerry, I think that's a great call. People are on. They should be on him all year. Lazard's probably going to have 10 touchdowns this year.
Dude, they didn't move his price. You got to remember this Monday Night Football thing that we talk about, Jerry. DraftKings puts the pricing out, right? And that Monday Night Football doesn't move based on performance.
Right. Because
I don't give. How are we not playing Allen Lazard at fucking 3,300 in this game?
People are playing him. No, I'm not.
You got to be playing him. You have to play him.
No, he's going to be owned.
3,300. That's fucking criminal. If they factored in last week's game, he should be in like 46, 47. He's like 1,500 underpriced. Like, you have to play Lazard in this game. I like Wilson in this one, but the price is too high in this spot for a game that I think the Jets will control. I do agree with Mike. I think this game probably trends under. I think the Jets win this game like, 24-10, something like that. I think this is a get-right game. I think Tennessee is terrible. I think Will Levis is fucking garbage. Tennessee, maybe they're there with the Giants and the Carolina Panthers. But Allen Lazard at 3,300, Trevor, 100% all in. You can't don't overthink it. Just
That's
go
a good
fucking
point.
play.
That's a pretty good point.
Price is
and it's Rodgers' boy from the system. With that bum ball Hackett still there.
Ball Hackett too.
It's almost an instant click at 3,300. Really.
Well, isn't it amazing that right off, like no one was really saying that much about him right off in the game. Lazard was part of the whole game.
Yeah, the Jets don't have a deep receiving core. It's not like they're looking at a lot of people fighting for touches there. You're looking at Mike Williams, who I don't think fits Aaron Rodgers.
He is such a bum.
Gibson's from the Praxis squad. I mean, you're looking at Malachi Corley is a guy that I would
every year that Mike Williams.
Yeah, Malachi Corley is a guy I was high on, but Mike Williams sucks. They all suck. It's Lazard.
But when is Williams going to break a slate?
Never.
Come on.
I'll probably break his knee again first.
Break his collarbone before that.
Yeah,
I mean, he should see an uptick. But I mean, you look at Mike Williams at 5,600 right now, and that just shows you the Monday night they don't change the pricing. So Lazard needs to be a plug and play in cash games, in my opinion. Let's go to the next game, which is my favorite bet on the board. Someone I'm going to be playing in Survivor for $1,000 entry at the Circus Survivor. I may be playing the Washington Redskins in this game. Yes, because I have fucking balls while everyone else is going to go play the Ravens. And I hope fucking Minshew comes out and just drops that Minshew magic and sprinkles it all over their fucking heads. But the Giants are that bad.
Did you watch Daniels try to pass the ball?
I am not worried about it at all because you don't need to pass the ball on the Giants, as we saw last week. So I think Jaden Daniels is going to improve every game. He did not look as bad as you're saying he did, Mike. He was fucking threw for almost 200 yards. He did like completed like 70% of his passes, 16 carries for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's the bright side of it. But
Mike, he was 17 for 24 for $184.
Yeah, but there were a lot of dump downs.
But that's all you need to do against the Giants. What do you think? Sam Darnold was slinging it downfield? I mean, all you need to do is the Giants.
But I think it's a trappy game. I actually like the Giants in a 2-leg teaser up to 8.5 here.
Don't do
and
that.
Daniel Jones is my quarterback pick of the week at 5,300 to run.
What I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
For
What?
DFS.
What?
That's my spend down quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah,
Daniel Jones and Neighbors, I'm going to instill together. Great matchup for Neighbors and a great matchup for Daniel Jones, who dropped 5 touchdowns and 350 yards on this Washington team a couple of years ago. But if he can't win this game, this division game against this soft Washington front, who are going to get pushed back by the Giants offensive line. And Singletary ain't getting it done. No one in the Giants backfield. Daniel Jones has to say, fuck it, and Josh Allen this. He really does.
Okay.
Win,
so
lose, or draw. He's got to go.
Emphasize that Trevor, who is a Redskins fan, we do not call them the Commanders on the show. Trevor, who's a Redskins fan, Mike Constantino just told me that Jaden Daniels in his first start in his life, who was 17 for 24 for $184, had a terrible performance. But Daniel Jones was 22 for 42 for the same amount of yards with 2 picks. And he's the play of the week on the road.
Okay, so, but all right, so let me ask you, Tommy, how many times in his career did Jaden Daniels play against the Giants in an NFC East rivalry game?
How many times has Daniel Jones played without Saquon Barkley? Once, and he was terrible.
You always curve fit to fit your narrative.
Only time all year that you can play Daniel
Singletary sucks, dude. He was
Daniel Jones this week will outscore Jaden Daniels.
I love it. First bet of the year.
I gotta get plus 12.5.
Oh, now he needs plus money. You see this fucking snake?
Of course, Daniel Jones fucking sucks.
Daniel Jones will outscore Jaden Daniels.
All right, I'll tell you what. Here's my prediction.
I need plus money.
This will be the week that Daniel Jones rips off like a 50-plus yard run for a touchdown. Those are props you want to bet. Because if Daniel Jones does blow up, he sure as hell ain't throwing it. You know, I mean, he's going to have like an 80-yard run, a 60-yard run, and a touchdown, or a 2-touchdown game. So the Daniel Jones, like 2-touchdown rushing prop, it's got to be like plus 2,000. That would be live.
I mean, I'm take the 3 interception prop.
Let me go look at that.
Take the
just to be clear, I fucking hate Daniel Jones. He sucks.
Me too. I agree.
This is the best spot he's going to see all year.
That's why I said he's my favorite down quarterback. Have you agree? Tommy disagree? I'm going to put
the best spot he's going to see is on the bench.
This is the best spot he's going to see the rest of his life because
thank you, Trevor. I got
he's going to be looking for it'll be the last time he's looking.
It was last year. Last year, the Giants got embarrassed opening night against Dallas. Daniel Jones, the whole team looked like shit. They came back the week after that. They were at Arizona. They were down like 3 touchdowns in the first half. Daniel Jones came back and just went berserk.
Him and the whole team went berserk. Walking through that door, bro.
Look, they don't have Saquon Barkley. I get it. It's the Commanders. They fucking suck.
Okay?
Whoa.
Redskins. We don't use any of that social justice talk on
here. The defense is bad. I mean, he's gonna put up points. I mean, it's a price play with him. He's 5,300. This is the best matchup he's gonna see all year.
I mean, okay, let's go back to that.
If there's ever a chance for him to kind of like show whatever the fuck he's got.
It's now or never. It's literally this week, or you could see Tommy Cutlets again.
But guys, you're going to see Tommy Cutlets.
That they're going to come out and beat them.
I'm telling you, as someone who was the biggest Zach Wilson fan out there, who still believes that Zach Wilson got railroaded by the coaches and the media, what they're doing to Daniel Jones is disgusting. The way they're treated him on Hard Knocks. They waited outside the stadium after the game to boo him. His own GM. But this kid's head is gone.
Well, he's done. There will never be another guaranteed contract.
Done. Does not mean he can't put up points in this game.
His mustache is stupid. His whole persona
does not mean he can't run in touchdowns. It does not mean he can't get the ball.
To score 2 touchdowns,
you got to get to the red zone.
Plus 1,600.
The Vikings at home. The Vikings aren't even good.
Plus 1,600 to score 2 touchdowns.
All right. Good luck. You guys enjoy that play, Trevor?
Fucking stupid mustache.
This is not like a flag fucking stone play. I'm just saying. For 5,300, it's not.
Willis,
you give me 6,200. I'll go point per dollar all day. Fucking Jaden Daniels is gonna own his ass.
I'm not saying he's gonna outscore Jaden Daniels either. I'm just saying.
I mean, obviously it's a value.
He's a
Daniel Jones.
If he has
Jaden Daniels is a popsicle stick waiting to snap. He is going to get broken fast. with that upright Gumby-like running motion.
You leave Jaden alone.
Story of my Redskins, right there.
Then just go bet it. I mean, if you think, just go bet his rushing prop.
McLaurin's
I mean, easier than blowing your lineup on him.
He can throw the ball.
Daniel Jones' rushing prop is 27.5.
You don't even need to
just go bet his fucking rushing prop and leave him off your fucking lineup.
You don't need to.
Smash. 27.5, smash.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Daniel's 51.5. So, yeah, Daniel Jones' career is over. He's done. He's going to have to leave New York. I'm vetoing. On to the next game. Rams and my Kyren Williams, the guy I told you guys was going to be a superstar and changes the whole entire Rams offense. What?
Didn't we already talk about this team?
No, Mike did.
I did.
Yeah.
You're in the Tampa Bay game.
Well, you got to let me lead then.
I'll let you lead on this, Mike, since you started it. So one of the things I told everyone last year when I was championing the Kyren Williams MVP vote because of what the Rams did, Stafford is a monster when Kyren Williams is in the game. And we saw it last week. Stafford, 317 yards without Puka and without 2 offensive linemen. Obviously, this week, going to be interesting. I'm not going to talk DFS. I'm going to leave that to Mike, Jerry, and Trevor. I am going to tell you that my favorite bet of the entire weekend is the Los Angeles Rams getting points against the Arizona Cardinals and that shitbag fucking troll midget Kyler Murray. So I love the Rams in this one. Mike, it's that nice 1.5 number where you can throw the fucking 6-point teaser on it, get it over a touchdown. So I don't know where you stand on the bet, Mike, but tell me what you think on the side.
I'm with you on it, but I even like more is the over. I love the over in this spot. I think this is an all-out offensive game. I think Sean McVay owns the Cardinals. I think the Rams do win, and I think the game goes over. I mean, Cooper Kupp, 21 targets and 14 receptions, 110 yards. That's the old Cooper Kupp, right? And he ran 100% of the routes. And like I was mentioning earlier, Kyren Williams is one of the 3 running backs that saw 90% usage. So Blake Corum didn't even sniff the field, right? And Ronnie Rivers actually got some burn, but Kyron's clearly the guy. So Kyren and Kupp for me on that side. And then I'll do some interchangeable run backs. Kyler is always live, as that spot. But what I worry about him this week, too, is that he's going to try to either force feed the ball to Harrison, or you can see a game where he just blankets McBride and he gets like 12, 15 targets. So it'd be either Kyler and McBride or Kyler alone on the run back for me. But I'm more interested in the Kyren Williams and Kupp side.
All right. Jerry, what do you like here?
Yeah, the Rams, they're going to be the most targeted team on the slate for sure. I think you're going to need a piece of this game. It's just all about how you fit them into your lineup and how you play them. But I think you're gonna need some of them. I think like in tournaments, like the way to go about playing them is kind of just like overstack them. Just play them all. Yeah. Play Stafford, Kyren, Cooper, and then you could jam in one of these cheaper Colby Parkinson or DeMarcus Robinson. It's cheap. You can just play them all. I mean, people are gonna play them when people stack teams. I'd like to overstack them. Just stack them all. Play them all.
I like it.
Or just play one. Play Cooper Kupp and move on. Or play Kyren Williams.
A good call, Jerry. I like Parkinson.
I like that. Yeah, Parkinson was not only but looked really good. Looked really good.
I mean, it's a riskier way of playing them, but you can jam 4 or 5 of them in
K-State, run it back, bitch. Let's go. College football, Jesus, motherfuckers. Let's go. All right, Trevor.
Go ahead.
No, you guys.
Hey, listen, you guys know what I do. I'm a 3-entry max guy. This is another big game I'm on. Like Jerry said, I like to stack it. We've done this a long time, man. You see these games go off, and if you chose that game and you pick that 1 or 2 one-off guys, you make a lot of fucking money. And this is one of those games for me.
Yeah, I do see here with Jerry with the full fucking all in. How you doing? Smack this thing fucking top to bottom with a full stack. I like Stafford as props, right? So, I mean, listen, $6,000, there's just so many other the quarterbacks are just so tight, right? So it's not really a great value there. But from a prop perspective, I mean, you're looking at Matthew Stafford's totals 250.5. I think we're looking at probably completions because he's going to be checking down a lot, 22.5. I don't hate that. We're looking at Marvin Harrison Jr., 58.5. We saw him doing jumping jacks, fucking on his way to the end zone multiple times last week. There's obviously going to be an initiative to get him the ball. 58.5 is his prop. Don't hate that one. I know Dead Prez Picks was on that too. I love the Rams here. I love pretty much everything about this game. I think there's opportunities all over the place. Parkinson, 3,100. the whole wide receiving core, Demarcus Robinson, everyone seems priced
Even
reasonably.
Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, you can go anywhere in this game, but I do think Stafford will go a little overlooked on this. Might be a good
Stafford is
opportunity.
going to go. He's going to be underrated.
Yeah, I think there's an opportunity here for him to throw the ball 45 times and knock 3 in the end zone. Cincinnati, Kansas City, Jerry. Obviously, this is going to be a game everyone's focused on. Line is a little fucking weird on this, right? Like, I think everyone just Mike. Let me start with you on this one, Mike. Actually, because you were talking about this from a betting perspective. You're falling right into it, right? You don't care about the trap. You're going all in, Chiefs.
I mean, I have to. I don't like the reverse line movement, but I mean, I saw what I saw with my own eyes, and on top of it, like I said, there's a lot at stake here. I mean, since he technically has owned Kansas City a bit, and Joe Burrow and what the whole thing is a wounded Bengals team, and I think they're gonna have trouble running the ball. I think they're gonna have trouble throwing the ball. I mean, Burrow's hand could be hurt again. I know right now it's just speculation, but again, you see what you see, and I see him, doing what he's doing on, with his hand. Chase doesn't have a new contract yet, and he's limited, and he's like a bitch. I mean, what a diva he has literally become. I mean, his stock in my mind, just listening to him, just completely dropped. I don't know. I just can't see Kansas City losing the game. I mean, I'll go down in flames with it if they lose the game, but in a money line and a parlay, it's one of my main parlay pieces this week.
All right, I think it's a little dangerous, but let's go to Jerry. Jerry, what do you think here in this game?
I'm on the opposite side of that. I love Kansas. I love Cincinnati here.
Yeah, I do too.
If you're betting it, I love getting the points. I mean, it was clear that they were not ready for the game last week. I mean, they had a lot of offseason shit going on. It kind of spilled over into that game a little bit. I mean, they had a whole week to kind of get back on track. They know their receiver issue now. They hate the Chiefs. They play them tough every time. I think
you can actually argue, Jerry, that there's not a single time they played the Chiefs that they haven't won or should have won.
Well, they're also hold on. Go ahead. Before we say that, hold on. We also have to say they're rolling in now without Joe Mixon, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd.
I actually think Joe Mixon hurts them.
That they own the Chiefs with.
I actually think Joe Mixon hurt them. But
either way, those three are not there anymore.
They're not going to come out flat. They're not going to come out flat like they did last week. Okay, they're going to be a lot more prepared for this game.
They did.
I think like Burrow, Chase, Yoshivas, that kind of stack right there. That if they're playing, if they're controlling the game, if they're playing from behind, that stack is going to go off. It's going to go off at low ownership. I like that stack a lot. I mean, it might be one of my favorite sneaky stacks on the whole slate. Like, it just makes so much sense. Yoshivas last week was the highest owned receiver. This week, he's in the same spot, maybe even a better spot at half the ownership. I mean, I like going to him a lot more than somebody like Lazard at that same price. I love this stack right here. On the other side,
he's on the 100% use list as well for wide receivers. He was one of the 9 receivers. 100% route run participation. I meant to say, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, he's in a better spot this week at the same price. This is the same at half the ownership. So, I mean, I definitely like going back to him. I like the Burrow Chase combo right there. Higgins is still out. Chase is still the guy. I know there's all that contract shit going on. He sounds like a bitch, but I don't see them coming flat into this game like they did the last game. On the KC side, it's Pacheco and Rice for me. I mean, KC, it's still. I mean, we saw one game where they're going to Worthy and they're going to what's his name to Rice. I still think Rice is the guy. And I think Pacheco sees a lot more looks in this game. Mahomes, I know he's priced cheap. I don't know. I'm not one that likes to play Mahomes a lot on these main slates. I don't think I'm going to be going to him here either.
All right. I'm going to jump in here with my boy Andre, who you remember at the draft, Jerry. We were talking about that after the draft. Whose team did he end up on? Tommy G's. Yeah. I have this guy in every fucking league. I love Yoshivas. He's fucking awesome. Mike just mentioned played 100% of the snaps. I think Jamar Chase goes the fuck off this week.
He definitely does.
I think he nukes the fuck out, but there is plenty of opportunity for Andre to go fucking ham with him. He's 3,800 over there. Between the two of them, you're going to pay about 11.5, right? And they're going to combine for what I believe.
Such an easy stack to get to.
You go Burrow, Chase, Yoshivas, and then you go Worthy. Or
go plug in all the chalk after
wherever the fuck you want. I mean, literally play Worthy and Rice.
Plug in all the chalk after that.
This game should nuke out. And Xavier Worthy's my boy. I fucking worship this kid. I have him on every league. I was talking about him, put him out as the free bet last week. 47 yards through the air. And if you watch this kid touch the ball, you know anytime he touches this, it's house, right? He can house anything at any time.
Oh, I mean, he's a badass.
He's
mean,
the
he's
fastest
fucking
guy in
electric.
NFL history. And he looks like a tranny in his DraftKings picture. Literally looks like
He's not going to do that.
It looks like he
game.
could be fighting Jessica Andrade tomorrow night.
Looks like someone
Right?
you'd be fucking hanging
Those
out with
cute
at
little
Sound
fellas.
Factory in 1997 that let you in the door, Mikey. But yeah, so I love Worthy in this spot too. I love Rice. I think you just go Burrow, Chase, Worthy, Andre, Rice. Go to war.
I love how you call him Andre. Like, who the hell do you think you
Andre.
are? You're on a
That's
person.
he's our boy.
Yeah,
He's
well,
our
Yo
boy.
Shavas.
He's
Yo
cracking him
Shavas.
hard.
What the fuck is that?
Fucking
Andre.
first name basis.
Dre.
Yeah.
My boy Dre. Listen, when you draft him in every league and he gets 6 targets last week, Dre. That's my dude. Trevor, what do you like here?
Well, you ready for the sneaky guy? No one mentioned it. Goat's going to come in like a fucking hero, and he's going to tell you the guy that's going to win you all the fucking money.
Burton.
Kelsey.
Oh, motherfucker. Gesicki. Man,
Ooh.
Gesicki. $3,100. You're going to spend money everywhere, all over the place. Gesicki.
I don't hate it. He dropped the touchdown last week.
He's the one that dropped.
Not
the
didn't
touchdown.
drop it. His foot was on the line. But
Yes.
yeah, he had a touchdown.
Just saying.
Gesicki. Out of all the players in this game, Trevor, Gesicki.
I like it,
He's going to
Trevor.
put
I
his
like it.
goat nuts on
I
top
don't
of
know.
her forehead.
Yeah,
And-
so here's what I was going to say about the Bengals attack here. I hate Joe Mixon. Fucking hate, despise, hate Joe Mixon. I honestly think the combination of Brown and Moss is far better than Joe Mixon back there, who's basically just lumbering 4 yards every time and
It
slows
looked
down
like he
their
lumbered in a good Houston offense last week.
No, anyone could look at what Singletary did in the Houston offense. Then watch him on the
Anyone,
Jets.
Tommy,
You
come on.
put anyone in the Houston or Niners
Oh,
offense, and they're going to ball out. Anyone. Put anyone there. They're going to ball out. But I think that there's a sneaky depth. Jerry, we were talking about this after the draft. I know Burton only played a few snaps last game. I think he's going to see a little uptick. That kid's good. Irwin's not bad. Iasovis is good. Chase is great. Tight
That
end,
one
they have.
game last week. That's the first game of the year. They're coming off this fucking.
Yeah,
offseason,
dude.
all this
Listen,
shit going on.
They do this
They're
every
not-
year.
They're not going to play like that this week. I guarantee that.
But I like the over in this game actually more than anything. So it does scare me because I do love this Kansas City speed that they're going to have all over the field this year. They're going to have a monster year. 47.5. I think this game goes to the moon. I think since he puts up points, KC puts up points, and I think we catch an overplay.
Before you go, here's a question I have, and it's a real question. I want to know your guys' take on this. Is Kelsey done? Is he on the?
No. Again,
not at
guys,
all.
Kittle, Kelsey, these guys don't do anything until a few weeks into the season.
I get it.
They're not.
Kelsey's
Yeah.
going to have his games for sure. This could be
Yeah.
one of them right here.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with this. Like, no one's going to be on him,
It's
right?
too expensive, though. It's too
Look,
expensive.
now that they established that Worthy is that deep threat, it's going to open up the.
It's
middle
going to
for
open.
Kelsey.
I think this helps Kelsey this year. I think it's just going to take a game or two to get there. But yeah, I think all these speed everywhere is going to start. These teams right now aren't going to respect the Worthies and the Rices and the Hollywood Brown when he comes in. But once they start to see what's going on 2 or 3 weeks from now, this field's going to spread. And I think Kelsey's going to be going the fuck off from like week 4 on.
Okay.
But for right now, I don't think they respect Xavier Worthy enough, but they're about to. Let's go over to Pitt, Denver to end this. This is the final game on the slate, I believe. My favorite pick in every league this year was George Pickens. I think he's in for an absolutely monster year. I think he has the best ball skills of any receiver in the entire NFL. Played with Pickett and a bunch of fucking trash last year. Fields isn't that much better, but Fields can get the ball downfield. He's got 2 good deep ball throwers in Russ Wilson and Fields, no matter who gets in there. So every week for me, Pickens 5,800 is going to be pretty much a plug and play. The guy has tremendous upside, nose for the end zone, deep balls. I like Pickens at 5,800 here. Jerry, talk me off it.
I don't know, with Pat Surtain on him most
Not
of the
worried
game.
about it. It's all bombs.
Covered. Yep, that's what I was going to say.
On the road.
Like
I'm
the
not-
narrative, but not this week.
I'm not on it. This is another ugly game. There's nothing on the Denver side I like whatsoever.
You can't
Pittsburgh's-
play it. Bo Nix shouldn't be starting. He shouldn't be the quarterback.
Pittsburgh's defense is tough. I mean, there's no need to get cute here. There's nobody I like there. With Pittsburgh, I mean, you can probably play Fields naked if you wanted. He had 14 rush attempts last week. He didn't have much success as a passer, so I don't see the need to pair him. You're just playing for his rushing upside. The best play in this game, I think, is Najee Harris. He's the one I'm interested in. He's only 5,500 on DK. We saw the Broncos got gashed last week by Kenneth Walker. I mean, I'd imagine Pittsburgh's going to come in with the same game plan and just try to, get the ball to Najee and try to move the ball on the ground.
I don't know why Bo Nix is starting in this game. I don't know why you go get Zach Wilson. I don't know why you have Stidham, who fucking
Zach Wilson went and got him.
You do understand.
Commodity. It's like,
Zach
who the
Wilson,
fuck is going to take him?
When Zach Wilson
He's
goes to the
a
fucking Dolphins,
narcissist, wannabe genius, probably says, I can fix him. I'm the quarterback whisperer.
When Zach Wilson gets a chance at any team that's not green, I am coming to your house and I'm just going to piss all over your floor when you're at work. I'm just going to piss a circle around your desk and it's going to be a Z when you see what happens. But on all honesty, forget the Zach Wilson love. I don't understand why you go out and bring in Zach Wilson. You have Stidham, who Peyton went out and got. Shut up. Peyton went out and got on his own because he loved him. And then you're going to start Bo Nix, who no one wanted. It doesn't make sense. He shouldn't be starting because now Denver's in a spot where they are fucked because Bo Nix is not ready. Bo Nix was not that good in college. And now they can't bench him without hurting his confidence. Kid should have been sitting on the bench for 4 to 6 games. Now he's in there. I think the Steelers are a play here, even on the road. I think Bo Nix is a fucking abortion. He's nowhere near ready, and this is going to be a disaster again for Denver this week because they got the wrong kid in there at quarterback. I like the Steelers on the road in this spot. Who do you guys like else from a DFS perspective, Mike?
I don't really like anything. I mean, I can't even get behind Cortland Sutton, who, had a great target share and whatnot, but
he's gonna have Joey Porter on him.
That's what I'm saying. He's got Porter on him, and then on the other side, you have Surtain locking up Pickens, who are the only 2 receivers I would consider, but I can't this week. And Najee Harris is a different type of back than Walker, where Walker slashed him as more of a darty speed back. I mean, Najee Harris is a downhill runner. It's a different type of runner. I just don't see him going off here. I'd see his 72 yards of rushing with no touchdown game, and you want to slit your wrists. He killed me. I had a lot of him in that spot.
Not much.
I don't like it at Denver there, so not much on this game. Pass.
Any interest? So when you guys were talking about a potential upside play down at the bottom here, any interest in Fields here?
Daniel Jones was the one I was talking about on the bottom.
I was looking at Fields.
Fields, I'm telling you, just for his rushing attempts, he had 14 last week.
Well, Trevor, you're nodding. I think Trevor, you seem to be honest.
So everyone who's been doing this a while knows Field is another guy. He's going to break a slate one week. So people are going to stop talking about him. All of a sudden, he's going to rush for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns and throw for 200 yards and a touchdown. And he's going to break the slate. If you have him, you made money. Just going to matter how much money did you make. Yeah. I don't know that that's this week, but I'm a 3 lineup guy. Sometimes I'll just, even if it doesn't completely make sense, stick with that guy because he could do it no matter who he plays.
I like him this week a lot. I mean, I think at that price at 5,400, I mean, this is a play everyone has to look at. I mean, we're looking at the fucking Broncos who got gashed on the ground last week. Didn't they give up 170 rushing yards last week?
Yeah.
I mean, they got killed on the ground. So you're looking at
even Gino. How many rush yards?
Gino had a nice run.
Gino had a pretty big rushing day. I know he hit his rushing prop. That's for sure. So, I mean, this is sneaky here, guys, especially we like that fucking, have something in the last bullet that's not the chalk game. I wouldn't be surprised. Like Trevor's saying, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those games where you turn around at halftime and Justin Fields has 70 rushing yards and a touchdown on the ground.
Najee. That's what I'm thinking. Najee.
Yeah. I really do. I thought that's where you guys were going with the 5K quarterback. Didn't think you'd go to the fucking worst quarterback in the NFL and Daniel Jones. But
I can't believe somebody agreed with me.
If you want to, I can't believe
somebody agreed. I don't want you, Jerry. I'm so honored.
UNLV, baby, come on.
I'm honored.
UNLV, by the way, 10.5-point underdog, plus 300. Just picked off Kansas, down to the 5, down 4, second half. We coming, bro. We coming. College football season is here. We're done with the DFS slate. Get over to 4 Deep right now. Use promo code /20. It's Friday the 13th. I'm going to make you $1 million tomorrow in college football. We've hit about 5 or 6 plus 500s already, or plus 400s this year. About to hit another one tonight when UNLV wins this game outright, which we have everywhere. Get over to 4deep.com, promo code /20. 20% off the whole entire slate, weekly, monthly, annual, whatever you want. But before we wrap up, Jerry, final words. And give me 1 or 2 must plays for you.
I don't know about must plays, but I fucking love Jamar Chase tomorrow or on Sunday.
I love it. I love him tomorrow. I love him. I love his 100 plus. I love all of it tomorrow. All right. And any final words for the people?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
get on over to Ship It. You guys will not be sorry. This is the best DFS community out there, 100%.
It really is. You guys go there, use promo code 4DEEP.
I put out an article there. I put out my core. I put out my core for all the showdown slates. I mean,
and they got a whole squad of assassins.
You're gonna love the content over there for all sports. They have an awesome package over there. It's the lowest price in the industry.
You should be over at Ship It Nation for DFS. Use code 4DEEP, buy the monthly package, get a free week, and you should be over at 4DEEP to go kill this fucking slate this weekend in college football, NFL, and UFC. Speaking of UFC, Constantino, favorite player too, and final words.
I got to give it to you. I mean, the Lazard at 3,300. I mean, it's almost an automatic plug and play. It frees up so much. And
I got to give that to Trevor since he called it last week. I got to give it
very good. The carryover week, Trevor. Very nice. I never got the carryover week. Very good. Good call.
Because you talk about yourself so much, I can't compliment you.
No, but I mean, listen, it's a great find, and it's a once in a week type of opportunity where they price it before the game starts too, and it makes a lot of logical sense, especially if Garrett Wilson's going to get pressed in that game by Snead. So I like that. And then obviously we have a huge weekend. UFC Noche, we have NFL, college football has been slaying, all these other sports, baseball still lingering. Get over, get signed up, and get all of our plays.
There you go. Trevor, give me a player or two that you love this week and final words.
Let's fucking go. Don't be afraid to be different, guys. A little different. Go where your core. Do something a little different. It could be the differentiator.
That's it. And do you have a player or two that you're definitely playing this week?
Lazard, man.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, but Lazard. I don't think people are going to play him. People won't start playing until week 4.
Yeah. I will be definitely, my receiving core will definitely be Lazard. I'm going to be playing Andre, and I'm going to be playing Worthy every single week. I think Worthy's a straight slate breaker, especially at his price right now. I don't think a lot of people are going to touch him up there. I think they still might think he's a little expensive. This guy's going to have a game where he hits 2 70-yard touchdowns in the same game. Not 1, 2. He's that fast. So one may be on the ground, one may be through the air. But sneaky play, we're going to be playing all the props. For Jerry Scarface, Mike Constantino, and Trevor the Goat Marcotte, I am Tommy G. Get over to 4deep.com, promo code /20. Do it right now. We'll be following this UNLV game to the wire. Get over to Ship It Nation, promo code 4DEEP on the monthly package. It's at the bottom. If you can't remember it, rewind the fucking show and do it again. Good luck. Stay catching, motherfuckers.
Let's go.
There we go. Now I have to go end the show.
How's the producer going to turn this off?
As the producer, I got to turn it off.